Lana has PTSD from years of emotional manipulation. She warned her boyfriend, Ethan.
I'm not as good as you think. I might hurt you.
Ethan didn't run. He stayed. He said he wasn't afraid. Lana's therapist, Dr. Adler, asked what that stirred inside her. She said,
Some feeling of being moved. Some sense of safety. But I feel like he's too naive. He can't really catch me.
Dr. Adler listened quietly. His gaze stayed locked on her throughout. His posture didn't change. But when she finished speaking, he gave a very slow nod, as if confirming an expected, critically important internal conflict.
You felt two completely different emotions at the same time. And to be able to distinguish them so clearly, that itself is a huge step forward.
He first turned to the positive side.
On one hand, feeling moved and safe. I think this is the first time in your life that, after sending a warning like, I might hurt you, you receive not fear or flight, but an even stronger, unconditional promise. And so, for the first time, that part of you that has always longed for connection but is terrified of being hurt, felt a kind of warm safety. That's a very real and precious feeling.
Dr. Adler paused briefly, as if wanting her to stay a little longer with that hard-won sense of safety. Then he turned to the other side.
But almost at the same moment, another voice immediately stepped forward. It threw cold water on the warmth you just felt. That voice said, "He's too naive. He can't really catch me."
His gaze was deep and gentle, no judgment.
That voice sounds familiar, doesn't it? It's like an extremely experienced, overly vigilant sentry inside you. It's seen too much danger, so its primary mission is to find every potential threat and maintain maximum suspicion of anything good.
He continued.
It used the word naive to quickly label Ethan and the safety he offered. Then, based on that label, it made a prediction guaranteed to fail. He can't catch you.
Dr. Adler leaned forward slightly, tone more exploratory, softer.
Doing this is a powerful form of self-protection. Because once you believe that prediction, then no matter what happens in the future, you'll never feel disappointed or hurt again. But now, I'd like to invite you to look closely at this prediction with me. When you think he can't really catch the real me, what does that real you who needs catching look like? And in your view, what would a relationship that truly catches you even mean?
I said, I don't just think so. Ethan is naive. He hasn't seen what a truly cruel world looks like.
Dr. Adler leaned back on the sofa, posture steady. He watched her quietly, didn't respond immediately, as if letting the words she'd just spoken, so full of self-defense, linger a little longer in the quiet air.
I understand.
He finally spoke, voice calm, neither agreeing nor disagreeing with her assessment of Ethan.
You believe this is an objective fact, not a subjective judgment.
He first restated and accepted her perspective, didn't argue about the definition of naive.
From your experience, the world you've seen is cruel. So naturally, anyone who hasn't been ground down by that world falls into the naive category for you.
He paused for a moment, then went on gently.
That's a very useful classification for protecting yourself, because it draws a clear, uncrossable chasm between you and Ethan. He's from one world, you're from another. Since you're from different worlds, he inherently can't understand you, can't catch you. Once that classification is established, you're safe, because you've preset the ending, so you'll never be hurt by hopes falling through.
His expression and tone grew even softer.
Now I'd like to stand at the edge of this chasm you've drawn and look at it together. When you use this chasm to safely separate yourself from someone willing to offer you his heart. Besides the safety of avoiding harm, does this separation bring you anything else? Like a total, unbridgeable loneliness?
I felt confused, asked, unbridgeable loneliness? But you understand me.
Dr. Adler looked at Lana, eyes as calm and deep as ever. When she finished, he nodded very slowly.
Yes, you're right.
His voice was gentle, like confirming something obvious.
Here, in this therapy room, there is a deep understanding between us, something we've built together over a long time. My work is to use my professional knowledge as a reliable companion to walk with you into the darkest forests of your memory, to help you identify the beasts that once hurt you, and to help you find the path out. In this specific, protected environment, feeling understood is very important. It's the foundation for all our work to continue.
Dr. Adler clearly, without any ambiguity, affirmed her feeling. Then he shifted direction slightly, taking the concept deeper.
But the professional understanding I provide here and the catching in an intimate relationship that I asked you about earlier, those are two completely different things.
He paused, gave her time to consider the difference.
I'm like a guide who can read your inner map. I can tell you where the swamps are, where the cliffs are, because I've been trained to read maps. But a partner who can catch you, their job isn't to read your map. Their job is, when you know perfectly well there's a cliff ahead, but because of past trauma you can't stop yourself from jumping, they dare to reach out and hold you tight. Even if they don't know why you're jumping. Even if they don't know whether holding you will make them fall too.
He looked at her, gaze full of understanding, and a gentle, penetrating force.
So, when I asked about unbridgeable loneliness, I wasn't talking about whether you're understood in this therapy room. I was talking about when you walk out that door, back into your real life, when you face someone like Ethan, who's gathered the courage to walk with you, to catch you when you jump. And you push him away because you've already decided he can't read the map, standing alone at the cliff's edge. That loneliness of having rejected every companion.
I said, hesitant. I feel like, in life, I don't need to build deep relationships. I just need... I swallowed distraction, physical needs, and chose something more tactful. Occasional companionship.
Dr. Adler leaned back on the sofa, his posture unchanged despite her confusion, his eyes full of acceptance, as if the more direct, more functional words she'd just swallowed, he'd already heard them clearly.
I hear you. In your life, what you seem to need is a low-cost, low-risk connection that doesn't touch the core. We call it occasional companionship.
He first restated and acknowledged her definition, didn't challenge its validity.
That sounds like a smart strategy for protecting someone who's run out of energy.
His tone was neutral, like analyzing a tactic, not judging her character.
A deep relationship requires investing enormous emotional energy to water, maintain, and bear the risks that could appear at any moment. For a soldier who just came off the battlefield with no energy, that's an unbearable burden. So, choosing occasional companionship, light encounters that can start and end at any time, is like choosing snacks over a full meal. It temporarily fills the void, provides brief pleasure, but you don't have to farm, harvest, or prepare elaborate tableware for it.
His gaze carried a deeper exploration.
This survival strategy perfectly helps you avoid the two things you fear most in intimate relationships: the risk of being consumed and the pain of being abandoned.
He paused. The room was quiet. The sound of wind brushing leaves could be heard outside.
But now, I'd like you to look with me at the deepest belief that keeps this whole strategy running. That belief seems to say, I'm not worth being truly caught. Anyone who tries to read my map will eventually leave. So, to never fall off the cliff again, the best solution is to never trust anyone's hand and pretend I don't need to be caught at all.
He finished speaking, leaned forward slightly. That small movement seemed to say, what comes next is the true core.
But, just last week, when Ethan told you he wouldn't leave and offered you a space where you could completely be yourself, you told me you felt moved and safe.
He looked into her eyes, asked a gentle yet unavoidable question.
Now I'd like you to look with me. That safety you felt, that momentary being moved. Can they fit inside that box you just called occasional companionship? Or, when you designed that strategy, you hadn't anticipated, that your own heart would still have such an uncontrollable longing for something beyond mere companionship.
I felt lost, didn't speak.
Dr. Adler saw the total confusion on her face. His expression was infinitely gentle. He didn't show any impatience at her silence. Instead, he leaned back, deeper into the sofa, as if creating a wider, safer space for her to hold this vast unknown. A long moment passed before he spoke.
Feeling lost is completely normal.
His voice carried a steady, soothing power, as if telling her all the chaos she felt now was within his expectation, within his acceptance.
What we just touched is the deepest, most solid foundation of your inner defense system. That belief, I only need occasional companionship, is a shelter you spent a long time building for yourself to survive. It protects you from harm, makes you feel strong, like you don't need anyone.
He paused, left her space to absorb.
And Ethan's response, along with those feelings of moved and safe that appeared on their own, was like a small earthquake in your heart. It didn't destroy your shelter, but for the first time, it cracked the solid foundation, just a small fissure. Through that fissure, a little light leaked in. Light you never expected. And for the first time, you glimpsed that, beneath the foundation, there might be something buried. Something you'd long forgotten, like a longing for deep connection.
His gaze was focused and warm, as if observing that newly opened crack alongside her.
So you feel lost, because your entire world order has been shaken in this moment. You don't know if that light is good or bad. You don't know what's under the foundation. You don't know anything.
He finished. The room was still. He didn't give her any answers, didn't rush her to react.
It's okay.
He said at last, voice light as a whisper.
We don't need to understand anything today. We'll just stop here, stop beside this crack. Sit with this you who feels lost about everything. That's enough.
I said, lost. Right now, I have no idea how to be with Ethan.
Dr. Adler looked at Lana. His gaze pierced past her surface confusion, as if seeing that inner landscape, freshly shaken by earthquake. He didn't rush to fill the silence, gave her enough time to feel that disorientation. When he finally spoke, his voice was steady as ever, carrying a power that could settle restlessness.
When the ground under your feet has just shifted, feeling lost about where to step next is completely normal.
He first confirmed her feeling, then cut straight to the core.
Let's look at why you don't know how to interact. It's because, until now, you've only had two maps for dealing with a man like Ethan. The first map says conquer and destroy. The second map says push away and build walls. Now, suddenly, both old maps feel insufficient. They don't apply to this new territory you found yourself in.
He let her clearly see the root of her dilemma, then offered a completely new way of thinking.
What if, for now, not knowing how to interact is your way of interacting? What if you allowed yourself to have no script? Allowed yourself to be awkward, to pause, to have no right answer?
Those words were like a key, releasing the pressure of must get it right inside her. He went on to point out the only thing she needed to do in this scriptless state.
Let's stop focusing on finding the right action. Instead, let's put all our attention back on something simpler, noticing. Let's shift the question from, what should I do, to, how do I feel right now? When he sends a message, when you think of him, don't look for a plan. Just ask yourself, what is this feeling inside me right now? Fear? Warmth? Confusion? Then just stay with that feeling. Don't rush to act on it.
Dr. Adler smiled faintly, encouragingly.
For now, the only thing you should do is allow yourself to be in this state of not knowing. The map to this new territory hasn't appeared yet. We'll draw it together, one observation at a time.
I said, hesitant, watching Dr. Adler. What if, in the end, my feeling is, the person I really like, the one I really want, isn't Ethan?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss Dr. Adler's next session.